Joe Leigh here for SecondsOut. Delighted to be joined by Adam Smith here. Very hot day at Anfield, but yeah, we're here for a big show this weekend on Sky Sports.
I'm delighted to be here at Anfield. It's like my second home. I'm a massive Red, and so is Ben Shalom. So it's fantastic for us to have a great event in the city. And it's been tough times in Liverpool recently, and I thought the guys and girls spoke so well at the press conference about the positivity. And Fraser Clark is just fantastic, and so is Tasha Jonas, and they're two incredible role models, and both in action on Saturday. A bill topped by Liam Smith. Delighted to be working with Liam again. We've got a very soft spot for the Smith brothers at Sky. We followed all their careers from a very early age, and whether it's Paul, Stephen, Liam or Callum, and we haven't done as much with Liam, so really pleased that Liam is topping our show. And it really is a baking day here in Liverpool, isn't it? Which is unusual for up here, but it's going to be a very hot day. Obviously the Merseyside derby on Saturday lunchtime. I'm taking Adam Azim to that. He wanted to go and fight on the same night, so that's quite a nice story. And we're going to be in for a lively night. The girls, Tasha Jonas and Patricia Burkle, that's a great fight, unification for the world title. And Liam Smith in a dangerous little test. He should come through, but we know that there's some firepower at on the other end there. And then Fraser and Adam and a whole bunch of local talent. And Shaka and Pitters has a chance of regaining his British title against an informed Dan Aziz. Should be a cracking start to our autumn schedule.
Yeah, there's no secret. Obviously, Liam Smith was meant to fight or wanted to fight Christian Jr. But what's your plan with him?
Yeah, I think that's still possibly the plan. I think we've got to see what happens with Chris and Connor. That's obviously a big fight for the casuals in October, and something we'll be very interested in looking onto. We'd like to have Chris back. We've had a year with him and enjoyed that fight he had with Liam Williams, and let's see if we can make that fight happen maybe for before Christmas. But Liam Smith will be in a big fight next, no doubt.
World title by the end of the year, or is that, if not next, then next year?
I think he made it clear on the dais what he wants to do now. He wants to secure his family's future. He's been in fantastic fights, but there's a lot of hunger and burning desire with him. I mean, look at the Fowler performance, look at the Jesse Vargas performance. He either wants to become a world champion or he wants to be in some epic battles. So hopefully we'll be able to provide both for him.
Adam Azim, just on him this week, and I just spoke to Ben. Can we expect him on most of the big cards? We obviously saw him on the Carnbrook undercard, to name one, but here again this weekend, he seems man for the moment at Sky.
Well, he is. I mean, he's a fantastic talent. We don't take what Shane McGuigan says. I mean, we take it very seriously. We always listen to what he says, and he's been around a long time. And if he's saying that Adam Azim is the best he's ever had, then you've got to take that on board. There's a long way to go. Adam wants to be the youngest world heavyweight, the youngest world champion. But ultimately, there's going to be tests in front of him, and he's just got to keep momentum going and hopefully get through the tests. I think he's very, very special. I don't think he's just special in the ring, but I think he's a special guy outside of it. And he's a big cricket fan. We had him down at Lord's on Tuesday. As I said, we'll take him to the Merseyside derby. We've got to get him in front of the football fans too. And I think they're going to start loving Adam Azim for his razzmatazz and his punch power and his electricity in the ring, his natural ability. I think he might have everything, but there's a long way to go.
Okay. We've seen a lot of boxing move to the Middle East. Eddie yesterday announced a show in Abu Dhabi. Obviously, AJ was in Saudi Arabia as well. What's your kind of plans? What's your opinions on boxing being over there, especially for the big fights?
Well, look, obviously it's a business, and there's finances to consider, and it's a global sport, so everybody's got to do what's sort of right for them, and the most important thing is that the fighters are being looked after. As far as we're going, Ben and I want to make sure that that there's huge fights in Britain, that there's a mixture of big nights, tournament shows, all sorts of different fights and nights, and of course with our deal with Top Rank as well, we've got a huge global entity there and fantastic fights coming from the States, but we'll broadcast where we think the right fights are, and we'll be building our stable up, and especially the likes of Adam and Fraser and Lauren and Karis and Caroline and Ben Whittaker. Obviously Ben's just fought in Saudi, but we'd like to build this fan base in Britain. It's important, I think.
Okay, last one from me then. Just on AJ, we've obviously seen him distraught after the fight, but he said he wants to fight again soon. What's your thoughts on a comeback fight as opposed to straight into a Wilder or a Dillian White?
Yeah, I thought AJ boxed really well out in Saudi. I thought it was a terrific performance. And of course, Oleksandr Usyk is a bit like Tyson Fury, a once-in-a-generation fighter. He's naturally brilliant. He's very, very good, and there's no disgrace. AJ was competitive all the way through, and he had his chances at the end of the 9th round, but then Oleksandr turned it on him in the 10th. I think Anthony can certainly fight on and can possibly even become a 3-time heavyweight champion if the path is right for him. It's not my business anymore, but what I would like to see AJ in is a good fight next. A fight he can win, a fight that gets him his confidence back, gets him maybe a knockout victory. I'm thinking maybe the likes of Manuel Charles, your Charles Martins, that sort of a fight, maybe Trevor Bryant, and then push into the sort of maybe the Andy Ruiz, the Luis Ortiz, the Deontay Wilder's a tough fight for him, and Dillian White maybe, but those sort of fights ahead. I think there's plenty out there for, looking at Joe Parker and Joe Joyce fighting, there's plenty out there. Daniel Dubois, there's loads out there for AJ still. It's just how he wants to go about it, and I'm sure his team will guide him in the right direction, and we'll be supporting him from afar because he's part of Sky's history.
Okay, thanks for that. Just one more on the show again this weekend to wrap off the interview. Cheers.
Yeah, it's a wonderful night. It's a fantastic time for us to try and be spreading a positive sporting message to the city of Liverpool, who have had such a tough time. There's the Merseyside derby, the great win here last night, and we've got a great night of boxing on Saturday, so I hope everyone tunes in.
Brilliant.